Hello everybody. Welcome to our continuing series documenting our trip to the Baltic Sea in September of 2018. If you've missed any of the previous episodes, you can check those out by going to the links below this video box. If you are caught up in the story, then we continue as we make our way into Stockholm, Sweden. We hope you enjoy it.
Hey there! So here's a development. We wake up this morning to the captain saying that the seas are so violent and the wind is so high that it would be dangerous for us to pull into port and go into Stockholm. So we have abandoned Stockholm and we are not going to go into port. We're getting an extra sea day because if you look out the window here, the seas are very big. Big waves, big troughs, lots of whitecaps. Do you see the spray coming off the whitecaps down there? I mean, it's crazy. I mean, look at the swimming pool. Now, I'm down here in this protected area. You know, there's windows all around me, but if I go up here, now they've closed this down, but I'm gonna go up here and stand, and you'll see how I'm holding my hat so it doesn't go away. But I'm just being covered in spray right now. It's really windy. I mean, we can look at the sign here. Maybe you can hear the wind whistling. No Stockholm for us today, where we get an extra bonus day at sea. And, you know, I guess that'll be fun too. It's like a little vacation on our vacation. But for now, let's go get some breakfast.
As usual, there were about 10 million people in the Garden Cafe for breakfast, so I decided that today I would try something a little bit different. I headed over to Ocean's Bar and Grill, where they also have breakfast that's included in the price of your cruise. I decided to sit at the bar, which had no waiting, and they were even showing a replay of Tiger Woods playing in the BMW Championship from the previous weekend. I had some French toast, a small omelet, and a Bloody Mary. Dana even joined me to help me finish my tater tots. As we got back to our room, we found a little surprise waiting for us.
Dana and I got into our room and found some chocolate-covered strawberries and a nice bottle of red wine from our friend Noel, who runs all the activities on board. He's in charge of the ropes course and the rock climbing and you know, the slides and all that kind of stuff. And he was the one that hooked me up with my GoPro so I could do the ropes course.
Yeah, now it's recording.
And we talked to him at dinner for like 15 minutes, and he just sent us some strawberries and a nice bottle of wine. What a great guy. Thank you, Noel.
So now we have this impromptu day at sea. And we got to figure out what to do with it. Dana's in her office. That's what she calls the casino. And there's one office on every boat. I'm going to go meet her there. It's going to be a day to relax.
Oh my God.
What is that?
Oh God.
What is that?
Whoa. That is crazy. Did you see that?
Afterwards, I headed over to Bar 21, had a drink, played the video poker machines, and listened to some music for a while. Then at about 10:45, I headed over to Sid Norman's Poorhouse, where we were going to have a rowdy game of bingo.
I don't know what happened, Dana.
Now, for those of you who have never played bingo before, it's one of those don't knock it till you've tried it things. It's just an opportunity to play a simple game while you sit around with your friends and have some cocktails. And there's always a chance you might win some money.
And 31 and 31. Let's get it on for the next one. It's B6.
At one point, Colleen notices that she has 5 numbers in a row, stands up and calls out bingo. As it turns out, she actually got her bingo a couple of numbers back, but since she didn't get her bingo on the number that had been currently called, they said that her bingo was invalid and continued on with the game.
I missed a number and then I noticed it.
Så länge missade numbers. Oh, 69, they have it. Alltså, ni har det.
Is it, but we're looking for one line in any direction.
It is, but it just didn't happen with 069. I noticed 069, then I noticed I missed 50. And 50.
Oh.
I
Oh, that means you had the bingo.
a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
But not on
Because the
069.
last number
She
is
has the
069.
bingo before the 060.
Okay, but the last number I called out is 069. I need one line on 069, the last number called out. We're gonna keep on playing. It's I-18.
Wow, who knew the rules were so strict? When you do play bingo, you play several games using different patterns on the card. We played all the games, but didn't win any money.
We have 073.
It's a one away.
It's a one away. He's excited for one away. Alright, so we have many standings right
I'm
now.
very excited.
Lots of zero.
Afterwards, we headed right outside to the cigar bar where Lee bought himself some souvenirs.
I got me a box of cigars because Arturo Fuente.
Those good? Where are those from?
They're from the Dominican Republic.
Oh.
They're mild.
Yeah.
As Lee headed back to his room, I found Dana in some kind of putting contest of all things.
She's gonna hit way too hard. Oh my God, she drains it.
Hey, if I get 3 in a row, I
Yeah.
get free ice cream at the Garden Cafe.
Oh, don't we get that anyway?
Oh, he's gonna run and get it.
Wait, don't we get free ice cream in the garden room anyway? So this is like the worst prize ever.
No, he's gonna run and get it.
Oh, he's gonna prepare it for you? Okay.
As Dana was putting, our friend Noel popped out of a side door.
Hey, there he is. How are you? Hey, thank you so much for the wine and the
Strawberries, thank you.
that was really very nice of you.
We loved it.
Thank you. What's the status of your activity deck tomorrow or today? I mean, it's
Today-
all closed down, right?
All the other decks are closed because of
I went out there. It is horrible, man. I went out there to film stuff and it was knocking over the camera. It's like, okay, this is dangerous. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here.
So maybe tomorrow, hopefully, the weather will return good. So
Yeah, because I gotta get those slides going and people want to do the rock wall and
don't want to be talking about that.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting closer to better weather, right? Yeah. We'll see.
I hope. We'll see.
That's for the travel blog.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
Dapple
Destinations.
TV.
Yeah, that's right.
Since we had really nothing to do, I followed Dana down the hall to the aft portion of Deck 8 where she did a little shopping.
They have Mickey Mouse.
Is that a Mickey Mouse watch?
This little section of the ship has everything from duty-free liquor, cigarettes, watches, sunglasses, and clothing, all the way down to sunscreen or a book to read by the pool.
Oh my God! Are those shot
Shots
glasses?
for everybody.
Oh wow!
Cheers, Big Ear.
Yeah, we need 5 of those for all 20 of us.
After I had about as much chick shopping as I could stand, Dana and I decided to head off to the Garden Cafe for a little snack.
Okay, this is the best part about cruising. It's all you can eat all day long. Help yourself. You gotta get behind me. Just kidding.
At about 5:30, we headed back to Sheehan's Bar and Grill and looked down into the atrium where people were learning some new dance steps. But since it was kind of crowded down there, some of the folks from our group decided to do the same moves right there in the bar.
Here's our girls doing it upstairs.
Next, we headed off into the arcade in the bar area to play some games. We stopped by the basketball hoops where Dana showed what she could do.
Oh, those are real basketballs. Last shot. All right, it's over.
Then I stepped in and really showed her how it's done.
Oh, that's a much better rim. It hasn't missed yet, Dana. 6 for 6.
Ted also showed off some pretty good basketball skills, and as we both found out, as you continue along in the game, the freaking basket starts to move. Then Dana stole one of the basketballs, and Ginny showed off some of the skills she used while she was a member of the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah, I do. That's why I came over here. I wanted to bowl.
Next, we headed over to the small bowling alley where a room key is all that's needed to play.
I think Kathy means her business. She took off her shoes. Go, Kathy.
She has bowling shoes on the room.
At this point, Ted and Kathy put on a bowling clinic. I think the two of them used to be on the Candlestick bowling team in high school.
Wow.
Yeah, a little English.
Okay, now Ted is just showing off.
That's a good one. That was good.
And of course, he picked up the spare.
Oh my God.
At about 6:15, we headed off to Teppanyaki for dinner with Lee and Elaine. It's kind of like Benihana, where they cook all your food right in front of you. They give you some edamames as a snack and then serve some miso soup.
So now here's Dana eating all the beans, not realizing that her beans are there. So she takes one anyway.
Eventually, our chef showed up and then started spinning his utensils around like a Jedi master. Then he began sauteing some garlic in oil. You might imagine what that smelled like.
Oh, that's going to smell good in a minute.
Nothing like the smell of garlic.
Then he fried some eggs after he got finished juggling them. He eventually sauteed some shrimp and tried to throw them into Lee's mouth. The first one he threw way over Lee's head and into the kitchen.
My eye. Come on, Lee, die for those.
The second one was short and hit Lee in the shirt.
Get this right.
But the third time was on the money. Then he tried one out on Elaine, and she went 1 for 1. He took all of his current ingredients and made some fried rice. Then he started making some vegetable towers along with some sauteed calamari. We enjoyed a pretty delicious but somewhat loud dinner with Lee and Elaine. The dessert was a little mysterious for us, however, but we figured we could head off to the Garden Cafe later and get a different dessert if we really needed one. On my way out of the restaurant, I decided to stop by Headliners to see the Howl at the Moon show. This is a free show with dueling pianos and no set list. The song choices come from the audience, who puts forth song suggestions on pieces of paper, and the performers belt these songs out.
How many Seeger fans we got? Oh, yeah.
If you ever have a free evening, this show is a very good time. I hung out at this show for about 45 minutes and then headed up to bed at about 11:30.
If you'd like to book this trip or anything like it, please call Dapple Destinations at the number on your screen. And if you have any questions, please enter them in the comment section below. And as always, please like and subscribe to our channel by clicking our little picture here on the side. And we'll see you next time.